Hello everyone, welcome back to another weekly vlog. Today is Sunday. I'm starting this on a Sunday because I'm starting my plans today instead of on a Monday. So I'm going down to Manchester today. I'm staying till Wednesday, going to stay with my friends. We're going to see SZA, gonna have some nice fun in the sunshine. So I thought I'd take you along. I'm trying to do a vlog, like a weekly vlog every 2 weeks. If I've got nothing on that week, probably not film, but I feel like doing a vlog inspires me to do more. So follow me along in my life on this weekly vlog.
Friday morning.
Stars shining bright above me. Night breezes seem to whisper.
You'll get struck by what a random bit of weather.
Dream a little dreamer.
Good morning everyone. Talking quietly because everybody's asleep. But I got down here okay yesterday. Just had a really chill day. That's what I'm planning to do the whole time I'm down here. So if I don't film much, that's why. We watched Mamma Mia, you might have seen that, got some snacks in. Now we're gonna go and see the new house that everybody's just gotten. Yeah, it is 30 degrees. It's 30 degrees down here.
They got everything on the menu including. Well, I went looking for the sandwiches where there's loads of meat ones.
Oh, stunning. This new house has strawberries. Look at how cute. Oh my god. And a barbecue. And a dishwasher. I mean, you can't really see. I just don't understand the science of that.
Should we Google it?
Do you know what I mean? Like, how does it hail when it's so warm? Whoa, lightning. Can you see that?
Should I open the door? Ready?
No, that's so... That ain't good. You can sort of just see you in the window. What? Big lightning! Wow, that guy over there is watching. This just doesn't do it justice. What? We're having pizza bagels.
I have to
In
say,
the
I think
rain.
I make the best pizza bagels.
They do look good, but I do think they're better when they come out of an air fryer.
Or just you wait and put them on the grill.
Okay.
They're gonna be nice and crispy.
No!
Oh
If
my
Sophie's out in that is the funniest thing ever. If she comes home like a drowned rat. I thought I'd do a little voiceover for this bit because I feel like it needs a bit of an explanation. So I went and sat in a park for the afternoon and then we went to see Ray and SZA. But a little context if you care to listen. Ray hemorrhaged her vocal cords 20 minutes before the show, so cancelled, and they just brought out this guy to do some kind of DJ set. It was okay. It definitely hyped the crowd a little bit. But when I tell you that SZA is an absolutely amazing performer, I mean it. Like, she puts on a show. The only thing is that I went to see Ray, the support, because I love Ray and I don't really know much of SZA's music, so I kind of just had to stand there and dance, which was fine. And at this point she brought out Travis Scott, and when I tell you the crowd went wild. And I simply turned to my friends and went, who's that? Because I had no idea who that man was, and he did nothing. He just stood there going, yeah. He did nothing. But her whole performance is basically set around a ship, and then a shipwreck, and then a submarine, and then she gets herself out of it and she ends up in space, looking down on Earth. Like, the visuals were absolutely amazing. And then she ends up in this boat, flying over the crowd, with a lighthouse shining on her, and she was so close. Like, she was like 10, 20 meters away from us. It was, oh my gosh. Like, I can imagine if these people were like huge SZA fans that this was the best moment of their life. But for me, it was just like, oh wow, this human is really gorgeous. She can sing and perform at the same time. I'm in awe. However, I'm just a little bit sad that I didn't get to see Ray.
1 mile in fog patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Stars shining bright above me. Night breezes seem to.
Hey everyone, I got back to Newcastle today. It's Wednesday. It's quite late on now. I got an earlier train back than what I was planning. I just sort of felt like I needed to get home. It was so hot in Manchester, and I was going to use today as like have a little bit mooch about town, but I just couldn't with all of my bags and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, not feeling my best. You know when you just like, it's a combination of I'm definitely worn out. I don't want to say that I'm burnt out because I don't think I'm quite there, but I'm really worn out from like traveling and going to a concert. I love summer. Like, it makes me feel like I can really do anything I want, but I also think that I allow myself to push myself past my boundaries because I forget that I have those boundaries. And just because it's summer and just because I love this time of year, it doesn't mean that I have to, that I should be forgetting what I can and can't do. It's not that I can't do it, I need to respect my boundaries a little bit more. I struggle more than other people, and it's so hard to come to terms with. Like, it's a really difficult thing. It makes me emotional. Like, it's so difficult to admit to yourself that you like need extra time, that things wear you out, and it's making me question saying yes to things that I know I want to do because I'm so fearful of how it might make me feel. Like, I'm meant to be going to a festival with my friends that, like, why am I crying? I'm meant to be going to a festival with my friends, and I really, really want to go, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it. And like, it's so draining to try and make those decisions because you feel like you're so incapable. Because if it was me like 5 years ago, I would have just done it at the drop of a hat. And that's not because I'm weaker now, it's because I pushed through boundaries because I didn't realise they were there, because I didn't know that I was autistic at the time. But now that I do, like, my friends would never make me feel bad for it, but I make myself feel bad for it, that I could miss out on making memories with them, or it makes me feel like I'm letting them down. And I so want to go, like, I really, really, really want to go, but there are so many things that I know I'm going to find really hard, like camping. If I can't sleep, I get really stressed. And I rely so much on having like my technology, like being able to listen to my white noise to be able to go to bed. And a festival is obviously going to be so loud, and I need my own space. And tent sharing, even if I have my own tent, the walls are just a bit of fucking plastic. And I know that, like, I'm gonna have so much fun, but I just can't help thinking that I'm gonna find it so hard. And I don't know. I still haven't learned how to make those calls, whether my struggles override the fact that I'm gonna have fun, or the fact I'm gonna have fun allows me to push past what I'm going to struggle with and put things in so that I don't struggle as much. Like, these are all the things that I now think about when I make decisions that I used to just make like that. And I want to enjoy my summer, and I want to be making memories. But I mean, it's ingrained in you from a young age that if you say no to something, they'll stop inviting you. If you don't do this, you're going to regret it. And I also just feel so like, I mean, it's that thing of, I think, to do with autistic inertia, and also sort of like not being great at interoception and understanding your own emotions, that if I'm at a high, that's how I think it's just going to stay. And I can't see past that. So when I hit a low, or, you know, something hits me, or I have a bit of a setback, it feels like, oh my god, I was just completely ignorant to everything, and this is the worst thing that could happen, I'm never going to be happy again. And when you're on those lows, that's how it feels. And it's so hard to like not see the world like that and your emotions like that, because I feel like I'm doing really great right now, but I do think that it's summer and I thrive in summer and I have my own space and I feel content with the pace of my life, and I'm doing a lot of things for self-care and therapy. But those things that you're taught that success is measured by all of your achievements and the memories that you make. And if I'm sat on my sofa while my friends are having a good time, what does that make me? You know? And I don't know why it's making me so upset. I also have a big decision to make around moving. I'm fairly set on moving to Manchester, but the idea of like actually doing it is so scary, because I'm terrified of getting there and the change just being too much for me. But then I know that if I don't do it, I'm just going to be thinking about the fact that I'm not doing it. And I know that if I don't move away from Newcastle, I'm going to get stuck here. I'm just going to keep saying no to things and I'm going to get stuck here. And it's not that it's necessarily a bad thing to live here for your whole life, but I have goals that I want to hit and there are things that I want to do that I'm not going to achieve if I stay here. But the act of doing and, you know, struggling with autistic inertia, that like you're in this space now and breaking out of that just sounds like the most exhausting thing, and you don't want that change, but at the same time I do. It's just taking the steps to get there that just feel so hard. And then when you're in situations where you feel like you're noticing things that other people just don't notice, like sounds, or you're affected by things that other people, it just like brushes off them like nothing. Like a change in plan or something not going the way that you thought it was going to. Because I don't necessarily struggle with like a change of plan in terms of, oh, we were going to walk that way but now we're walking this way. It's more like, because I have to plan things such as conversations and ideas and how I think a day is going to go in my head beforehand because of masking. When it doesn't go that way, that's when I get stressed. It's not those little individual decisions, it's how I thought the whole thing was going to feel. And when I see people so naturally in situations not feel that way, it makes me feel like there's something so inherently wrong with me, and I know that there's not. And like I want to talk about this because I don't want people to think that because I make content online that makes me look happy all the time, or like I'm constantly achieving things, that I don't feel this way, because I do. Like almost every day in every social situation that I have, I question everything I do. I compare myself to people. And in certain situations, I can't help but feel like I am broken. And that's how I felt my entire life, but now I have a label for it. And I know that I'm not. And I'm not saying that anybody who is autistic is. But when you are raised in a world that makes you feel like if you're like that, you are broken, it is so hard to break out of that idea. And I'm fine. I think it's very normal to have these lows and fluctuations in your mood. I don't ever expect it to be completely high. It's just how I'm feeling right now. And I wanted to talk about it and see if anybody, you know, feels the same, or I guess I hope that it helps to have somebody talk about these things, because I know it helps to see other people talk about their mental health online, because I am in a very good place right now and I know that, but it doesn't mean that I can't have fluctuating days and months. And I guess I just need to respect my boundaries more and understand where my limits are and not judge myself when I can't do the things that other people can. It just makes decision making and saying yes to things really, really difficult. That was heavy. Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, just welcoming you back from that bit of a mood dampener. Apologies. No, I'm not going to apologise for it. I'm not sorry. Currently woke up early because I have a lot of content that I need to get filmed. I have quite a few bits of work on at the moment, and what is going on? I have quite a few bits of work on at the moment, and with me being away for so long, like, they've just built up and I've had to do them all at once to get the deadline, and it's just, ugh. I get really stressed because I like to make sure that obviously my work is right and what they need and perfect. It is my job, but just like any job, taking time away means that you're coming back to a load of piled up work that it hasn't been done. Anyway, I'm going to Beamish today with my dad, Beamish Museum, because he's at work on Father's Day, so we're celebrating it today. So we're going to Beamish Museum. Fun fact, my mum's family are from Beamish, and my granddad built a house there, and when Beamish Museum opened their blacksmith area, my granddad was invited to open it and stand there and like shoe horses and show them how it was made. My granddad is like a Beamish celebrity. Anyway, I'm going to take you along to Beamish with me. Hi everyone, it's currently Friday evening. I'm just making my tea. I'm having Linda McCartney vegan pies. Honestly, if you're veggie or if you're vegan or if you just like nice pies, get the Linda McCartney country pies. Honestly, I have an addiction, okay? Had a lovely time at Beamish. My hay fever is hay fevering, okay? It's fucking hay fevering. I'm not having a good time. I think this might be a fairly short vlog because I might end it here. I'm really not doing much for the next 2 days, so I don't see the point in extending it all the way to Sunday. I wanted to sit down and talk about the fact that I'm now getting PIP, which is personal independence payment in the UK. It's basically a benefit that you get from the government if you're disabled. It was incredibly hard to actually go through the whole process and get it. I'm gonna do a whole sit down video about that. But I had a few questions about like what I'm going to use the money for and why I felt like I needed it. I'm entitled to it. It's there to buffer the fact that being a disabled person costs, I think Scope did a recent study, upwards of £1,000 more a month to live as a disabled person. And there are lots of things that me being autistic, me having ADHD, me having the brain that I do and the disabilities that I do means that things are more expensive, which again I'll cover in the sit down video that I'll eventually get round to doing. But the main things for me were being able to go to therapy, being able to afford to go to therapy. It now means that when I move, I'm going to be able to looking at somewhere that's a little bit more expensive and therefore a little bit more modern and therefore quieter for me. One of the biggest things that I struggle with is my living space being loud and not feeling safe, and when my sensory issues invade my living space, it makes me panic a lot, and that ties in with a lot of like PTSD issues that I have, which is another reason why I felt like I needed to go down the PIP route. And also I travel a lot for work, but I really struggle with not being in first class, and that's not in a pretentious way, that's in a, it's quieter, you get more space, it feels less crowded, and it's overall a better experience for me. Public transport is like one of those spaces that I am just constantly on the brink of a meltdown, constantly, and I go into complete shutdown mode if I have a stressful experience afterwards. I often need to decompress so much, but that tends to be more expensive, unfortunately. Naturally, it's first class, and yeah, it now means that I feel more comfortable in allowing myself to book those things in for work. There are so many other things, but as a disabled person I am entitled to it, and as a disabled person who has a lot of needs that I haven't even recognised in myself, I definitely recognise more after going through the PIP process and like relaying all of the things that I struggle with, that I sort of dismissed in myself were struggles. I feel like you've probably seen from my little breakdown that I had earlier in this vlog that things, you know, they do hit me. And how I act online is not necessarily a reflection of all of the things that I struggle with. I don't often show the extreme lows that I have. I mean, for a lot of those things, they're like they're kind of intimate moments as well, and I think I've had to learn to put boundaries in place with my online work, because I've found that I can overshare. I really can, and allow people into moments of my life that I maybe should have kept to myself. Not necessarily because it's bad, but just if you allow people into those moments, where's the line? Where's the line? And I listen, I can't remember who it was. I listened to a good creator talk about how you let people into your own home as well, and that you need to keep boundaries for that. Don't show your bedroom, or at least keep a room that you don't show, because it allows you to have a space that's sort of your own. And even though I live alone with my cat, sometimes it feels like my space is shared because I share so much of my life online, and I don't have that like a massive following. My Instagram is a little bit bigger now. Yeah, I feel like I am trying to learn to put my boundaries up as well. I don't know how I went from a conversation about PIP to now talking about my online boundaries. But if you have any questions about like PIP, the process that I went through, anything that you're just intrigued about, confused about, I'm going to eventually do a sit down video in the next couple of weeks. Don't hold me to that, because I forget. But I'm going to end this vlog here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you want to see from me. Like, subscribe, comment, share, I guess. And I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye!